Hey guys, I'm Lucy and today I'm going to be reviewing and discussing 6 popular spring and summer fragrances that I found at Sephora. Today I really just wanted to sit down and go into detail on each of these fragrances and just give my overall opinion of the notes and how they smell, just because we are going into spring and summer and I want to talk about some options that you guys may possibly want to try out. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first perfume I want to talk about today is from the house of Armani, and this fragrance is called My Way. So My Way is a very classic floral perfume for women, and this received a ton of hype in 2020. I feel like I was seeing this perfume everywhere, so that's why I want to talk about this one first. So let's go ahead and give it a little spray. So the top notes are orange blossom and bergamot. The main thing I smell in this fragrance is the orange blossom. The bergamot gives it some freshness and it has a really citrusy opening. The orange blossom is very strong. Now for me, I'm not the biggest orange blossom person on myself. I love the smell of it on other people, but for some reason on my skin, it tends to give me a headache and it just doesn't smell like me, if that makes sense. So while I can appreciate this fragrance, it's just not one that I would purchase a full size of or one that I see myself wearing in the spring or summer. But I smelled this on my friend and I thought it smelled so beautiful on her. I don't know, on me it just doesn't hit the same. The middle notes of this fragrance are tuberose and Indian jasmine. So those are both white florals and they are very classic florals for a woman's fragrance. And the base notes are white musk, Madagascar vanilla, and Virginian cedar. And it is a really pretty composition of notes. If you're somebody who loves orange blossom, for example, if you love Libre from YSL, I think you would really love this for the spring and summer. I do think it is a really happy and girly scent, and it is perfect for this time of year. So I think this would be a really great purchase if you like happy, uplifting, and citrusy floral scents. Also, I have to add that the longevity of My Way is very good. The day that I smelled this on my friend and asked her what it lasted on her all day. I was getting whiffs of it throughout the day, and it really does leave a beautiful trail of that vanilla and orange blossom. So if you're looking for something long lasting, especially through a mask, then I would take a look at My Way by Giorgio Armani. Okay, so the next fragrance I want to talk about today is Clementine, California by Atelier Cologne. I've been super interested in checking out Atelier Cologne in general, so I was glad to get a sample of this guy. So this one is just like a citrus bomb. It's described as a citrus aromatic fragrance. If you've ever smelled like a sweet orange essential oil, that's what this is. So the top notes are clementine, mandarin orange, and juniper berry. The middle notes are basil, star anise, and pepper. So that's where it gets interesting to me because I don't necessarily smell the star anise. It's like a licorice scent. There is a little bit of spice in there, so I guess that's a combination of the star anise and the pepper. And I do smell a little bit of a green note, so I'm guessing that's where the basil comes in. And then the base notes are cypress, Haitian vetiver, and sandalwood, so a very woody base. If you're somebody who wants to smell really natural, really outdoorsy, really fresh, then I think this would be a really great spring-summer fragrance for you, especially if you like the scent of orange. Overall, it's just a very natural, summery scent. If you love essential oils and you love the smell of oranges, I think you will love this guy. Okay, so the next fragrance I'm gonna talk about is Florence by Tocca. And I have to say, after smelling Florence, I really do love this perfume. I think it's a gorgeous spring summer scent. It's a very green floral, and I think this scent is so unique. I can't tell you another fragrance that is similar to this. So let's just get into the notes of Florence. So the top notes are pear, apple, bergamot, and grapefruit leaf. So it has a very fruity opening, and the main note I smell is the pear. And a really nice green note. I'm guessing that might be the grapefruit leaf. The middle notes are gardenia, tuberose, jasmine, violet leaf, and iris. So we've got lots of white florals in the middle and the heart of this fragrance. And we have the violet leaf and the iris, which are more powdery notes. And then the base notes are just musk and white woods. Okay, so this might sound weird, but to me this fragrance is very creamy and milky. I think it's like the combination of the pear and the gardenia. It's just so smooth and soft and creamy. And then it has these really green notes that complement it so well. And I just think the composition is just incredible. I think it's my favorite pear scent I've ever smelled too. It's a really juicy, creamy pear, if that makes sense. And the girl that I imagine to wear this would be a very free-spirited, bohemian, hippie girl who wants to smell earthy and fresh. And this is just a gorgeous spring-summer scent. Next up, we have Wild Poppy from Nest Fine Fragrances, New York. I recently talked about my love for Sun-Kissed Hibiscus by Nest, so I really do like this brand. I think they make some really beautiful, unique scents. This one I have to say I'm not the biggest fan of. It's a fruity floral, it's very fruity, it's very sweet. So the key notes in this fragrance are pear, raspberry, rose, apricot, and jasmine. And to me, I just can't really distinguish between the notes. It just smells very sweet and very fruity and floral overall. It's just not really my cup of tea. It's a little bit too sweet for me, and it's just not really my personality, but I can see the appeal if you're somebody who really likes those sweet, fruity florals. To me, it smells like if you mashed up rose and pear and apricot and then just like poured sugar on that and just stirred it around, and it's just not that interesting to me. It's just a little bit meh, you know? It's not my favorite, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't be somebody else's favorite. Okay, and the next fragrance I'm going to discuss is Radiant Nectar by Clean Reserve. And this one I really am impressed by. To me, it's a beautiful, clean scent with just a hint of sweetness, which I think is really great for hot weather, for this time of year, spring and summer. It's a really great out of the shower scent because it smells just kind of like a breath of fresh air. I almost didn't know a fragrance like this was possible to make. It literally just smells like you're breathing in fresh air. And it's not super in your face, it's just super clean and a little bit sweet. It sounds like its name, Radiant Nectar. They really picked a good name for this one. So the top notes are pear and ambrette, which is muskmallow. I definitely get the pear, and this is a really clean, crisp pear that just smells so fresh and you just want to like bite into it. The middle notes are tobacco blossom, orris, and carrot seeds. And that must be where some of the uniqueness is coming in, because I never see the note of tobacco blossom or carrot seeds anywhere. And the base is musk, ambroxan, and white cedar. And I will say I have heard of some ambroxan fragrances that give a similar feel to this fragrance, where you're not quite sure what you're smelling, but it smells good and it really smells unique on each individual's skin. But I love it. I can totally see myself purchasing a full bottle of this fragrance in the future. I think it's a gorgeous fragrance for the spring and summer, and just a year-round, like out of the shower fragrance when you just want to smell clean, but it still does have that hint of sweetness that, again, Radiant Nectar just describes perfectly. And then as you start to smell this one dry down, you really do get that like cedary note. And it almost smells like when you walk through a forest after it rains, and you just get that like fresh whiff of wood and rain, and it's beautiful. I really do love this fragrance, and I will be checking out more fragrances from the Clean Reserve line. Okay, and the last fragrance I'm going to be reviewing today is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This is my absolute favorite fresh scent. There is definitely a reason for its cult following, and it wasn't up until recently that I purchased a bottle of this perfume and just absolutely fell in love. I am not somebody who reaches for a fresh scent. I'm more of like a floral oriental girl, but this is the perfect scent for hot weather, for the spring and summer. It's just so fresh, but it's so sexy, and I just don't think there's another fresh scent that can compete right now. Now, I have been told that the intense version of this perfume is even better and more long-lasting, so I definitely will be checking that perfume out and reviewing that one for you guys as well. But overall, this is definitely my favorite fresh scent of all time. When I wear this scent, I feel like I just can't get enough of it, and I just have to keep spraying it and smelling it. It just reminds me of a Mediterranean vacation and just being in the sun and being in the water. It's so aquatic and interesting, and I just don't think there's another fresh scent at this time that competes with it. Let's get into the notes of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. So the top notes are Sicilian lemon, apple, cedar, and bellflower. and it's the most gorgeous lemon scent. It's such a pretty lemony, appley, fresh, crisp smell that makes you just want to like bite into an apple. So good. The middle notes are bamboo, jasmine, and white rose. So definitely some unexpected notes in here, and I'm guessing this is where some of that sexiness comes from with the jasmine and the rose and the bamboo, which is a really interesting note, but I think it does add something special and different to this scent. And the base of the perfume is cedar, musk, and amber. And I feel like the amber in here is also very important because amber is one of those notes that really helps to warm up the fragrance on your skin. I can also definitely smell the cedar in here. I love a perfume that has a woody base. So overall, it smells like just the juiciest lemons and apples with this woodsy base, and it's just addictive and beautiful and perfect for warm weather. So those are all the fragrances that I have to share with you guys today. If you enjoy my content, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!